Hello everybody, I am Mostly Nintendo Guy and welcome to Namco Museum. Now for those of you who didn't grow up playing arcade games like me, Namco is a brand, I was about to say was, but no, they're still a very well known brand. They made some of the most popular arcade games to date. And this game, hence its title, is a collection of many of their most famous arcade games. We got Pac-Man, Galaga, Dig Dug, Pole Position, and Miss Pac-Man. Oh, and Galaxian. These are just some of the most famous arcade games, and personally some of my favorite arcade games to date. I played these games so much as a kid, because I actually used to hang out in arcades whenever I got the chance to, because I loved playing these old arcade games. And this game in particular holds a special place for me because I would actually, whenever I would visit my relatives, my uncle and I would play this game to death. Particularly Galaga and Dig Dug. We would play the crap out of those. Not just the originals, we play these newer, or well, I say newer, they're not really new now, the arrangement versions, which are greatly enhanced versions of the games that are much better than the originals in every way possible. Alright, but enough of my rambling. Let's get started. Today we're gonna do Pac-Man. Of course, we're gonna start with the original, and I'm just gonna play as far as I can. Got our four ghosts: Shadow, or Blinky, Speedy, Pinky, Bashful, Inky, Pokey, Clyde. Let's go. And I don't really feel the need to explain this game. I mean, who doesn't know about freaking Pac-Man? If you don't know who Pac-Man is, you have been living under a rock. You have been living under a rock your entire life, because I have not met a single person who does not know Pac-Man. I mean, seriously? How do you not know Pac-Man? Pac-Man was like the arcade game character when he came out in 1980. Now, this is kind of me bragging a little bit, but I'm actually pretty good at Pac-Man. I know how to play the game well, I know how the ghosts behave, and I'll dive more into the science of their behavior in a little bit. Let me just get past this first level, and I'll explain how to get good at Pac-Man by learning the behavior of the ghosts. Because learning how the ghosts operate is really a good way to make yourself good at this game. And I'm hoping I can get pretty far, because I think the furthest I usually get is at least one of the key levels, and I can get... I've already screwed myself over. Whoops. I swear I'm good at the game, guys, I swear. Alright, just wait till we get to the arrangement versions, because those games get crazy. Okay, let's not die again to me just screwing up. Okay. Okay. And I'm trying to cluster the ghost as much as I can, because the whole point of this game is to earn points. There's not an ending to this game. I mean, a lot of these old arcade games never actually had full-on endings. You just wanted to get as many coins as you could with spending the least amount of quarters. That was the whole point of these early arcade games, was to just get people to spend quarters so they could get as much money as possible. That's why a lot of these old arcade games got ridiculously hard, because they just wanted to keep getting your money. Little brief intermission cutscene. Nice. Alright, hold on. Let me change the screen setting a little bit. There we go, just make it a bit bigger. Alright, here we go. I'm actually going to try and concentrate, because this is when it starts getting a little bit ridiculous. So now I'll actually start explaining... Uh-oh. Okay, good. Okay, so now I'll actually start explaining how I got pretty good at this game. I learned how each of the ghosts behave. For those of you who don't know, each ghost has a unique behavior to them. None of the ghosts behave the same. They all have their own unique personalities, and that reflects in their movement patterns. Sorry, it's kind of hard to talk and focus at the same time. So the ghosts basically operate in 3 different modes. There's chase mode, which is when they're all 4 trying to come after you. There's scatter mode, where they all 4 go into the corners of the map. You may notice that. Here, let me show off at this next stage. So, by default, they start off in scatter mode. See how they all go to the corners of the map there? And now they've changed direction and are now in chase mode. So now they're actively coming after me. Get the fruit for more points. And you'll know that the ghosts change modes when they suddenly change directions. Right now they're in chase mode, see they're all coming after me. And of course when I eat the power pellets, that puts them in fright mode. Of course that is when the ghosts are vulnerable and you can actually kill them. Well, kill them, you eat them, and then they just respawn as eyeballs. Well, they go as eyeballs and they respawn as ghosts. You know what I mean. See, now they're in scatter mode. Now they've changed direction, now they're back in chase mode. And when they're in chase mode, that's when the ghosts each show off their unique personalities. Blinky, the red one, the way he works is that he will always directly target Pac-Man. As in, his target space to move is the exact same space that Pac-Man is currently located on. Whoa, okay. Pinky's goal is actually to get in front of Pac-Man and cut him off. Seriously, her target tile is actually like 3 spaces in front of Pac-Man. So, in a situation where Pinky's directly in front of you, you can technically play a game of chicken with Pinky and win. Because Pinky will never actually target Pac-Man directly. She always goes for the space in front of him. So if you happen to be like less than 2 tiles away from her, she would actually have no choice but to turn away from you. The orange ghost, Clyde, he's a bit of an oddball. The way Clyde works is that whenever Pac-Man's far away from him, he behaves the same as Blinky, as in he will directly target wherever Pac-Man is currently located. However, when he gets too close to Pac-Man, he changes, and his new target is the bottom left corner where he goes in scatter mode. So he's kind of weird. Like, he wants to chase after Pac-Man, but then he changes his mind halfway through and then goes back to retreat. Yeah, see Pinky? Yeah, did you see how Pinky turned around and didn't come right after me right there? That's because I was like 1 space away from her, and her target is in front of Pac-Man. So she had to go away she had to go the opposite direction in order to meet the target space. So yeah, Clyde, as I was saying, Clyde, he kind of changes his mind halfway through. And Inky, the blue one, he's probably the worst one to handle with, in my opinion, because he's just unpredictable. Inky just kind of goes in whatever direction he feels like. At one point, he'll be chasing Pac-Man directly. Other times, he'll just be off on other sections of the map doing God knows what. He's honestly, in my opinion, the worst one to deal with because he's just the most unpredictable. And Blinky, by far, is the most aggressive one. Blinky is definitely the worst one. Well, no, Blinky is one of the most aggressive ones because, well, yeah, he gets faster than the other ghosts. Like, he is... Ah, crap, Yeah, but you see how I was going up, instead of Pinky coming down towards me, she went the opposite direction away from me because her target tile was in front of Pac-Man, so she had to go the opposite direction to meet that requirement. It gets very technical when you learn how to play this game right. Like learning how to predict where the ghosts are going to go and how to avoid them. Like this little spot right here is kind of a safe haven. Because see, they can't actually go up in that spot right there. there's a certain safe zone that I've been using to avoid the ghosts. Okay, now they're starting to get a real handful. See, right here is a safe zone, because if I go up, see, they can't go up there with me. Oh crap, I pressed left and he didn't go left. Yeah, that little upper area, like right above the ghost house where they spawn, that's, ironically, oh crap. And of course, those little side warp zones are really good areas to go to, because look how, because the ghosts have to go incredibly slow through them. I was screwed. Yeah, very technical. And that's it. I don't really want to play any more of that. I mean, there's really not much else to explain about that. I mean, there's videos that explain how the ghosts behave in more detail, and it's really fascinating, because once I learned how these guys work, the game became, I mean, I don't know, I wouldn't really say easier, but it just got better. It got easier to understand, I guess, and it made me get a lot better at it. Okay. So now we've seen the original Pac-Man. Now let's go into a bit more something crazy. Pac-Man Arrangement. It's basically an enhanced version of the game that adds a whole lot. Alright, right off the bat you may notice that the ghosts are named completely different. The red one is Urchin, Clyde, which is so wrong on so many levels, because the red one has always been named Blinky in every other incarnation, and that's what I'm going to call him. I refuse to call him Clyde, because that just doesn't make any sense. We have Romp, which is Pinky, Stylist, Inky, Crybaby, Blinky, or Clyde for real, and then we have a fifth ghost. No real name, but his nickname is Kinky, which I don't really know how to feel about that as being as a nickname. Now, of course, you have their regular nicknames. Now, their new names actually kind of fit into something else that we'll see in a little bit. Just remember the names Romp, Stylist, Cryberry, and Urchin. I don't really understand the name of it, but we'll see. We'll see in a second. All right, here we go. Overall, oh, hold on. That's not what I meant to do. There we go. I don't know why it defaults in small. Alright, so overall, the goal of the game is the exact same. You want to eat all the dots and avoid the ghosts. And naturally, it starts off very easy. Alright, so you see that fifth ghost there. That is Kinky. The way he works is that you don't want him to contact the other ghosts. If he does that, we may see it here. There we go. Alright, see, he got into contact with... I died. He got into contact with Pinky, and now she looks like a rabbit. This is where her name Romp comes in. I don't think we're actually going to get to see it here, but basically, when Kinky, I guess that's what I have to call him, when he comes into contact with the other ghosts, he upgrades them. He gives them a power-up that makes them a lot more annoying to deal with. We didn't get to see Pinky's upgrade there, but her upgrade, which fits her name Romp, is that she can jump to any location on the map whenever she chooses. I got a little red pill upgrade there. That just lets me speed up. Okay, he got into contact with Blinky there. I pressed right, but it didn't go right. And there's Urchin's power. He can charge horizontally in any direction he wants. He can charge, but he can only charge horizontally, so just be careful of that. Now in round 3, we actually have a different stage. This one's reminiscent of the original Pac-Man stage. And you saw right there, the other unique property with Kinky, I really hate that name, is that when you eat him, he's automatically in the scared mode. So when you eat him, he actually acts as a power pellet and turns the other ghosts into their scared mode. And I've died, so what can I do? I'm just going to continue. Yeah, death is kind of meaningless because this is in free play mode. If you were playing this on the original arcade version, of course you would have to pop in some more quarters, but since this is on console, I don't have to worry about that. So now we got Inky's power up, which fits his name, Stylist. What his power does, and I don't think we'll actually get to see it, is... Oh, there, no, we get to see it. He can make a duplicate copy of himself. He'll make a copy of himself, which mirrors whatever he's currently doing, and either copy can kill you. So yeah, he basically adds a whole nother ghost on the map, which is annoying. And something else, when you eat the big ghosts, you get twice the amount of points. Keep that in mind if you want to go for a big high score. Alright, here we go. And these stages get ridiculous. Like, this game gets really hard at times. Also, Kinky gets incredibly fast at times. As you can see that, he's really hard to get, he's really hard to eat. Okay. And I didn't even mention these dash panels. If you charge into the ghost, it'll briefly stun them. It doesn't kill them, it just stuns them. Oh, come on. As far as the ghost behavior goes, they basically behave the same as they do in the original Pac-Man, with Blinky directly targeting where Pac-Man goes, Pinky targeting where in front of Pac-Man, Inky kind of doing whatever the heck he wants, and Clyde kind of going after Pac-Man but then giving up halfway through. But at least this game does provide a lot of variety with its new stages and the added power-ups to the ghosts and Pac-Man. As we can see, these little pills here. Oh, come on. Man, the ghosts are really fast in this. A lot faster than I remember. We have the red pill here, which makes Pac-Man go incredibly fast. There's a pink pill, which we may see in a little bit. Perhaps, I don't know. The orange pill that I got earlier, that one didn't have any noticeable effect as of right now, but it'll come into effect a bit later. And if there's a blue pill that shows up, it basically gives you Inky's power of making a copy of yourself that can move on either side of the map and eat dots on both sides. And the mirror fake copy doesn't actually get killed by the ghosts. Remember that. Alright, so now Clyde has gotten his big power up, and his is annoying. What his does is he actually can add more dots to the map that you have to eat in order to end the stage. And the dots that he adds are actually bigger in size. We didn't actually get to see it there, but he can add more dots that are big in size, and those big dots actually slow you down when you try to eat them. And the orange pill power-up that you can get actually negates that. It basically makes it so that the big dots don't slow you down at all. Kind of weird with all these power-ups to keep in mind. Alright, but I got the orange pill now, so if we get any of the bigger dots, then I'll be ready to eat them. Ooh, the blue pill. See, now I have 2 copies of Pac-Man, one on either side. I can still eat the ghost and the dots on either side, but I don't have to worry about the mirror copy dying. Honestly, it's my favorite power-up. And I'm just breezing through these stages. This game goes by really darn quick. And unlike the original Pac-Man, this actually does have a limited number of stages and an ending with a final boss fight. So I'm not going to go as far as I can. I'm actually going to beat this game. And that's the case with all the arrangement versions of the games in this collection. Ooh, this power-up, the little staff. That turns the ghosts in the presents, which you can eat. It doesn't actually make them. And the pink pill is really good. It just sends them all back to home. So if you see the pink pill, get it, because it's a lifesaver. Alright. And I really like the designs of these stages. Some of these are really cool looking. And man, these ghosts get incredibly fast. Come on. Oh crap. I knew that was going to happen. Alright, are we actually going to get to see Pinky's power up? Where she will just... God dang, these ghosts get so freaking fast. The downside to using the continues is that your high score gets erased, which is really dumb. I mean, your current score gets set back to 0, which is really stupid, but I mean, hey. I guess that's kind of fair. I guess that's one reason to motivate you to not die. But in all honesty, death is kind of... Okay, there we got to see Pinky's power. I'm screwed. We saw Pinky jumped to another part of the map at will. Alright. Have we already had these jump pads before? I think we have. I didn't even go over them because I'm trying to talk about other stuff. Get on the jump pad, takes you to the corresponding color. Real helpful it is. Okay, no, don't kill me. Okay, good. It also slows the ghosts down whenever they take it. They go significantly slower than Pac-Man does. And I guess while I'm thinking about it, something that's cool about all of these arrangement titles of the original games is that they're all co-op. Not that, not the two-player mode from the original arcade games, where one player plays and then they die and then the second player takes control. No, I mean you have two players playing at once on the same screen. And it's really fun. My uncle and I would play the crap out of this game just with all the arrangement titles just playing on co-op. Pac-Man arrangement, Galaga arrangement, Dig Dug arrangement. We had so much fun. And I'll definitely talk about that more on Galaga arrangement because that definitely holds a special place for me because it's definitely some of my fondest memories. But right now, I just kind of want to play a nice game of Pac-Man, and I didn't die a single time on that stage. And I'm trying to remember how many stages does this game have. I think it has at least like 20. Hopefully, I should finish it up without taking up too much time. Okay, there we go. Uh-oh. Okay, good. I got my mirror copy now. See, I can still eat the ghosts and the dots, and I don't have to worry about death. So I really only need to keep a copy on an eye on the... Okay. Just need to keep an eye on the... Kill him? Okay. Alright. I like how these stages have like some sort of 3D depth to them. I mean, there's hills and stuff. It's not... Obviously, it's not full 3D. It's basically kind of a pseudo 3D effect. Alright, come here, ghost. I'm gonna eat you up. Okay, give me the pink pill. I want them back at home. That's such a good power-up. Alright, okay. Man, the dots are actually kind of hard to see. They kind of blend in with the stage. There we go. I'm pretty sure there's like 20-something stages in this. Yeah, there's not too much more to say about this. I mean, it's Pac-Man. Oh, what? Oh, come on. A good thing I had some invincibility left. Okay. Don't kill me, ghosts. Going to the other side. And whenever you use a jump pad, you get temporary invincibility. That way, if there's a ghost that happens to be on the opposite side of the jump pad, you won't have to worry about dying immediately, because otherwise that'd be completely unfair. See? Okay, this is getting a bit ridiculous. Where... okay. Okay, that was getting a bit hectic. Alright, I'm in World 4 now. Yeah, this game does have worlds. This is World 4. And I like the... Aww. Well, there goes my high score again. Using another continue. Luckily, death is meaningless in this version of Pac-Man. Oh, okay. All those ghosts were just gathering in that one spot. Ooh, easy points. Love all those points gathering right there. Okay. And done. This game certainly goes by fast. I kind of wish that they brought back this version of Pac-Man arrangement, because if you're not aware, with the history of Namco Museum is that there are many versions of Namco Museum. This is just one of them. This is the one that I grew up playing as a kid, and the consoles that this one's available on are the GameCube and the PS2. This is the GameCube and PS2 version of Namco Museum, but there's plenty of other ones. There was one for the PSP, which I also had, which is really fun. I may do that one someday. There's one for the Nintendo DS, which I also have. But all of them have like their own unique collection of games. They're all Namco games, obviously, but the games they decide to put in the collections are different every time. Some of them do have arrangement versions of the games that are more enhanced, but there's multiple titles with arrangements. As in, the PSP version of Namco Museum actually has Pac-Man arrangement and Galaga arrangement, and Dig Dug arrangement for that matter, but they're completely different than the ones in this game. Like, they're completely different games entirely. Okay, I'm honestly having trouble seeing the dots at some points. They kind of blend in with the stage a little bit. Man, I am blasting through these stages. Like, holy crap. Oh, welcome to World 5. Welcome to the demon world where everything glows blood red. Alright, ooh, the key. Oh, I thought that was a power-up. It's not. That's the fruit. At least the fruits are the same in this game, isn't they just have, you know, better graphics. They're not 8-bit pixels. Oh, crap. I saw it too late. Alright, I got the blue pill. Mirror time. Okay. I've lost track of which one's real. Okay. Alright, send them all back to home, please. Thank you. Golly. This game gets very hectic. I mean, same with the original Pac-Man. It gets really freaking hard. And look how freaking fast these guys go. They get to the point where they go way faster than Pac-Man. Like, it's just straight up unfair at times how fast they go. I know I'm complaining about a very old game at this point, but still. These old arcade games at times were unfair, but then again, they were kind of meant to be that in order to get your money. That was the whole point, so that they could make money. Don't make a mirror version of yourself, man. He actually got me with his charge ability. Bravo. I applaud him for that. He rarely ever gets me with that. Alright, now we've reached the metallic stages. And if I remember, the metallic stages basically means we're approaching the end of the game. And there is actually a final boss fight in this game. I'm not even joking. Okay, oh god, that was my fault. I pressed up on accident. Okay. Alright guys, you ghosts are being a bit ridiculous. Man, I would hate to have this job. Oh, come on! Okay. There we go. I would hate to have Pac-Man's job. His job is to just endlessly wander in these mazes that have no escape and to gorge himself on these dots that he finds. This stage is pretty unique in that it's split into 2 sections, and the only way you can get to either section is to use the jump pads. Like, you have to use the jump pads to get to either half. You can't just go across, see? Alright. On the bright side, that does keep the ghost away from me for a good bit. Oh, I thought I could get the power pellet in time. Dang it. Alright, just get it. Okay. Making my way to the other side. And we're done. I bet we're almost done. Here we go. Welcome to the final boss fight. The ghosts are in a giant mech, and the way you beat them is to eat more dots and then grab a power pellet. There we go. Now I got rid of all the red ones. You have the 4... Ah, crap. You have the 4 original... Oh, really? Did not even realize that was another continue. You have the 4 original ghosts. Ah, piss. Okay, thank you. You have the 4 original ghosts piloting the machine while they send out ghosts that look like Kinky since they wear the glasses, but they're the colors of the original ghosts. Ah, crap. And you basically just have to eat enough dots until the big power pellets... Oh my god. I don't know how you're expected to do this without dying. Like, seriously. Oh my god, that's ridiculous. How are you supposed to do this without dying? Like, has anyone ever actually gotten through all the stages in this game without dying? If they have, I would be... Oh my god. If they have, I would be amazingly impressed. Alright, so now we're reached phase 2 of the fight. Now we have to eat these dots. And the dots basically act as ammo, and we're going to be shooting the ghosts with it. All the while they're chasing us, and they get progressively faster the more I shoot them, so of course I'm probably going to die to that. Oh, who am I kidding? Of course I'm going to die to it. Alright, now they've kind of gone into a berserk stage. They're just going to kind of be randomly going around the stage, so I just got to be careful not to get hit. Oh, come on. Come on. Oh, I gotta get it. Oh, come on. I was hoping I wouldn't have to use another continue. Alright. Kill him! Take that, suckers. And I have killed all the ghosts. Take a bow. You've finished the game. But the game never really ends. Someone somewhere is being chased by monsters. The Namco staff thanks you for playing. Come and play again. Alright, cool. Cool points. Of course, I would have had way more points had I never died once, but again, I have no idea how you're expected to do that. I mean, then again, the original arcade version of this, you could keep your high score if you kept putting in quarters, but since this is free play mode on a console, you can't exactly do that. Alright, so that is Pac-Man Arrangement. So there we go, we've gotten through the first page of the games, Pac-Man Arrangement. Join me next time where we will go through possibly my favorite of all the Namco arcade games, Galaga. Oh, it's gonna be good. As always, hit the subscribe button and check out some of the other stuff I've done, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye!